welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you the buy and sell zone algo in release mode, which is, if you scroll down here, where is the release mode? Here. When you set release mode to true, what it does is that it identifies a zone, this one here, and as soon as this candle closes, which is where the dot is, it opens the order, as you can see here. So this order is open, and then it anticipates prices continuing to expand lower. So the stop is put above the zone plus the spread, which is about that big, which is actually 8 points. And then it just anticipates a continued move lower. And so what I do is, when I use it like this, I put the spreads quite tight so that we don't get terrible conditions. And you can see here we have it's set to 1 pip, so 10 points. And so then I just flick it on and let it run, and now it's running. Okay, and now it's just scanning. It scans all of the assets here, like that. Asset exposure, so we're not opening any of these positions because we have an exposure to probably the euro, sorry, the Canadian dollar, the American dollar, the Japanese yen. I'm guessing it's the Japanese yen, and we see we're only exposing ourselves to two assets where we have the same asset as one of the denominators. So you can see here we probably have a euro, sorry, we have a yen, a couple of yen trades, and so we're not able to look at this one, or this one. Okay, and so now it's just kind of keeping the risk out. Then I'm just kind of watching this as prices move away. And the cool thing about it is I normally flick it on right at the open of the session. And so I'm in Asia, Singapore time, and so I turn it on. I only allow it to trade from the time that the session opens, which is, it's 8 minutes past 4. This is GMT plus 3. And so 2 hours ago, which is 2 a.m. in the morning, GMT plus 3, this is when the robot is allowed to trade. And the reason this is important is because this is when liquidity begins to pick up. And so normally you could even put it on there maybe 15 minutes past the hour, so that we're into the session. It's not the beginning of the session, we're just a little bit further into the session. And this is when things normally begin to move. And so what I'd expect now is that when prices start to expand during the opens of these sessions, well, they normally continue for a little while, and that's all you need. A little while is enough normally to get your target there. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for here. So if we have a look at the euro yen, where are we? Euro yen, there it is. I think we probably have one on here as well. Yeah, so okay, so the zone was qualified here. See, we have super tight spreads, so the stop is just above the zone, and then prices just slowly kind of wriggling down from there, kind of moving towards this base somewhere, or hopefully, yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. It's pretty straightforward, but it's super important that you do this during the open of a session, and you're not doing it out of session or at the end of a session, because normally, prices expand when there's a huge influx of liquidity, and this happens typically at the open of a session. And so I can run this 3 different times of the day. I normally do it in 2 times of the day, which is the Asia Open, because this is where I live, and the European Open. And then the US session, I'm making dinner and whatnot. My family's we're doing other things, and so I can't trade at that time during the day because of obligations. But the Asian session and the European session, these are totally fine for me. So this is what I normally allow it to do. So that's that. But yeah, and also, I'll put the assets in here sometimes if I want to specify specific assets. During the North American Open, you could put in the S&P or the Dow Jones, just those. The European session, you could put like the Spanish, the French, the German, the UK indices, if you like, or you can just let it do whatever. I like to let it do whatever, but I scrutinize it by ensuring that we have super tight spreads. And so, what do spreads tell us about the state of liquidity? Well, wide spreads tell us uncertainty, illiquidity. Tight spreads tell us certainty and liquidity, and this is what we want. We want certainty about the future the future price of an asset, and we want liquidity to be super tight, which is telling us, the spreads to be super tight, which is telling us there's a lot of liquidity, which means that we have a lot of people invested at that specific time. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about buy and sell zones in this configuration, please let me know. Thanks for watching.
BASZ.